A courtroom can be intimidating. It's big.
They say seeing is believing, and that the devil's best trick is to convince everyone he doesn't exist. They say light is good and darkness is evil. But what if the power's out and there's no help in sight?
A courtroom can be intimidating. It's big. It's formal. It's not very inviting.
Good versus evil has many dynamics, especially in an unjust, unbalanced world that is filled by corruption and negligence.
Testifying in court can be a frightening experience for anyone.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but not when he's blinded and thus is constantly looking over his shoulder.
But it is a very important part of our legal process, and many times that testimony may be a key factor in the trial.
Everyone has a tipping and breaking point when enough is enough. And Raymond Abbas, otherwise known as Hushpuppi, went through that experience, that ordeal, and enough was enough. Innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Jailed, enchained, surrounded by concrete walls and maximum security. However, what if he did do it? His reasoning, his motives remains unknown. Hushpuppi, The People versus King Gucci. The documentary proceeds. Before judging, let's try to understand the man's perspective. Raymond Abbas, otherwise known as Hushpuppi, was a modern-day icon. He was famous around the internet. He gained the status of being an influencer and a social media celebrity. He was known all around the world, and his name echoed throughout the hemisphere.
Why do you continue to carry cash knowing that you're a target? Because a lot of people, they'll go, card or digital.
I like cash, you know what I mean? So like, as far as like, I like the feeling of having cash, like, you know what I'm saying? I like to be able to spend my money without having to put a pin in and do this, because I don't like the whole fact of putting the pin in and knowing that it's on my account, and it's just irritating, bro. I just like to pull out cash and pay for what I want at the time. You know what I mean? Everything don't take cash.
Although Raymond Abbas lived life on the edge and on the fast lane, but even the fast lanes have traffic lights. The law would eventually catch up to him, and on June 2020, he was arrested and charged with cyber scam fraud, orchestrated by the FBI. He was accused of embezzling, defrauding hundreds of millions of dollars, as well as participating in money laundering and laundering yet again hundreds and millions of that very money. There's even ties updated that connect him to North Korea and other countries and political figures. Nevertheless, at this current time, he remains bound in chains. However, his legacy still remains, and his motives are at this very moment still unclear, uncertain, Let's assume he is in fact guilty, but on what grounds? Guilty of survival, turning the tables, and getting his own back, while the richer get richer and the poorer stay poorer. What do? You consume. And if you can't consume, then you take matters into your own hands and make happen physically.
That even the worst human behavior is shaped by circumstance.
Sometimes you'll have to close doors to open new doors. And sometimes when you're waiting for opportunities and waiting for someone to open a door for you, sometimes, right or wrong, you have to break down that door, break down that barrier, and do what is necessary in order to survive. Better yet, in order to breathe, gasp, live, or at least feel like you're living.
You have experienced rich people and their taste, and growing up you wanted to be rich and you wanted to have things that they had. And now that you can afford it,
I was born in Owuroshoki, you know. Owuroshoki is like the tip of the island. Like it's the place where you go to the island from. You understand? Everybody from Owuroshoki was used to the island. Most of the people was walking on the island and everything. I used to go to the island. I saw how people lived, you know. Majority of the people on the island are stuck with the island. They don't see there's another side to life. If you leave the mainland for a bit, there's more to life on the island. You understand? A lot of people didn't care. A lot of people didn't even have any business on the island. They were stuck with the mainland. You understand? Then I started going there. I realized cars that we were not dreaming of even having in our life. You understand? They were using it to carry children to school, to go and drop them on the island. You understand? I wrote a post one day that before, my dream in life was to have like 2 Okada and 1 downfall. It was the definition of success to me at one point in my life. I was only dreaming of, if God fit do make I get 2 Okada where they deliver every night. If I fit get 1 downfall, and at the dates like one Yalamala picking, food steady, everything, she said they see money for sure. It used to be our dream at one point in our life. This is for real. This is real talk. You understand?
We need to divert resources from traditional responses to crime and let go of deeply cherished beliefs about crime and its causes. Those on the left love to think that poverty and inequality are the only causes of crime, and that we can't do anything about crime unless we tackle these entrenched social issues. Those on the right think that crime is caused by a permissive society, and that if we don't have more police and ever tougher punishments, we can't do anything about crime. We are all deeply attached to the idea that crime is caused by criminals. We like trying to punish or profoundly change criminals rather than, in much more effective ways, manipulating the moments that pull people towards crime.
So, I know how many people that I've bought Okada for in my life now. You understand? It was because I went out there to see that there was more to life. Life was bigger than having 2 Okada. You understand? You do know there are some people in life, they don't even care for Range Rover. If you drive Range Rover and pass them, they'll say, you understand? They don't even, it doesn't even motivate them. They are not aspiring to be that person in the Range Rover. You understand? So there's more to life. That's what I want youths of today to know. There's more to life.
I can't keep myself. I can't keep myself. Allow me to flex. Many years me.
Previous studies have shown that if you're from a broken home, then you're more likely to participate in criminal activities. But what if you're from poverty? What if you're from an unjust and unbalanced society? where the haves seem to be flourishing and the have-nots seem to be digging themselves into an early grave. If you are from that type of environment, if that's your current circumstance, then simply, what do you do? Who do you turn to for help, for support? If the government do not help and are thus absent of any aid. Hushpuppi was from that very predicament. He indulged himself in that poverty. However, he also hoped, dreamed, and aspired to be something that wasn't designed, written, or promised for him. He desired to be his own maker, to rule with his own force. He aspired for autonomy, the ability to govern oneself.
You have to explain to me personally, why is it that my elder sister, the one I was immediately born after, had to die of just typhoid in Nigeria, in Gagada General Hospital? Why did my sister have to die? Because my parents didn't have enough money. Why did she have to die? Because they didn't attend to her quick in the hospital. You have to answer these questions that give me pains that I go through all the time, every day in my life. You have to be able to tell me why my parents have to suffer so much, and they can't be proud of 1,000 naira.
I think we're human. And as humans, I believe we are all deeply influenced by the provocations and temptations to crime that exist in our societies. We all have tipping points. We all face moments when our morality, however strong, is bypassed.
Lacking a recognized, sensible, suitable, absolute sovereignty, Hushpuppi felt that he had no choice but to take matters into his own damn hands. He identified Nigeria as a failed state and was willing to do what was necessary in order to prosper.
First of all, in my entire life, I have never seen a country as useless as this country. In my entire life that I've been in existence, how can I come to the airport? First of all, you are telling me to pay with my family, for my family to come into the airport, and you are telling me that you are paying, we cannot allow your family to come in because of security conscious. What security do you have in Nigeria? Tell me the security. If the bad people are going to come to this airport, won't they destroy the airport? What security? They should fire all those useless bastard immigration or whoever they are on that doorstep. Why will I come to the airport with my family and I'm not going to be able to go into the airport? It's so frustrating and alarming. When are you going to change everything?
What of people in Badagry, people in Agege, people in Epaja? Enjoyment reach their side. What about people where they are born in states? Not for once I don't watch news. I don't hear say one development reach Ebonyi, Nasarawa, all those kind of places. They no be Nigerians. They no deserve enjoyment. Una can't sit down, look say meat where they chop for abroad. Now in they affect Nigeria. Now in make Nigeria no good. I no deserve to chop meat. I no deserve to wear better clothes. I no deserve to look like human being.
What is wrong with you people? My sister here is about to travel. She's not a citizen of Nigeria. Her passport, a French passport, was given to her by French embassy. And you're telling me the passport is fake? How can you say a passport is fake when you can verify the passport from your fucking office?
I suffer so much. And you know, enjoy one enjoyment from the government. Till today, one single enjoyment my papa know they enjoy. Buhari guys explain to my papa why my papa guys got using hand, bury your own pikin, bury your own second wife. We die. They die. My sister die. He died throw away. If not today, you nothing say that thing do my sister. Nothing say he go die. When money don't dey now, nothing say he go die. You know how many families they go through so many things like that.
Why do you do this to Nigerians? Are we all that stupid and dumb? Is it because we didn't go to school? Why will you frustrate everybody here? And you call yourself the president of a country? You cannot do anything to your country. Why are you allowing people to be frustrated? You put people there, man, if I travel, immigration will be asking me to give them money. Why will I give immigration money for crying out loud? Why will poor people be coming to the airport and they won't be able to find situation for their solution to their situation? Why do you have to allow this to happen when you call yourself Buhari? Who are you? What kind of president are you?
Do you know how many families are suffering different kind of pain within their hearts because of negligence of the government? Because the government don't cater for them. If they talk, they go say Nigeria don't they look, see people for Lekki, they don't they do this, they don't they pass to gates. And now go they use stupid things.
Who are you? What kind of president are you? What kind of mayor of a state are you? Ambode or whoever is here. Who are you for crying out loud? Why can't you find something to do to the situation of Nigeria? What is wrong with you people? Why do you cause trouble and cause everybody pain?
We the people of Nigeria, we the masses, we demand say make you stop to the fight for us because you are clearly not fighting for us.
Why would they not pick someone that they delayed and now asking us to pay 120,000 naira for train tickets? You are all bastards, including the mayor, the president, and the airline. All of you are bastards for frustrating us.
My mother is from the Niger Delta part of Nigeria where Nigeria's oil come from. She has never benefited. My mother is from the Niger Delta. She has never benefited $1 from the Niger Delta, the oil producing part of Nigeria where she comes from. $1, and she's over 60 years old. In my whole generation, my papa, now only me see escape poverty small. Only me for our whole generation.
We are not animals. Look at the airport you built. It's not even up to a train station. There is no AC in the elevator, nothing. Shame on you. Shame on you and shame on all your government. Shame on all the people you've governed that they cannot talk.
It is easy to point the finger and judge from afar, but if you could acquire everything that you ever wanted, what would you do?
It is not now that I'm wearing Gucci. People are saying Gucci man. Back in the days, I used to wear Versace. Only Versace. Just like the way I wear Gucci right now. That's how I wear Versace back in the days. I made Louboutins famous in Nigeria. Nobody did it like me. I bought almost every collection in every colors that they made Louboutins. In the loafers, sneakers, everything. I even have personalized Louboutins in my name that is for only me.
Why?
Entire world.
Why?
It's because this is what I used to admire when I didn't have it. This is what I used to. This is what I used to take to people. This is what I used to go and serve people who had it. I was buying it and I couldn't use it myself, and I was going to sell it to people so I can make profits, you know. So when I'm in a position where I can use it myself, trust me, I want the best for myself.
This Fendi go. This Fendi go good. I never wear them before. It go good.
In my honorable opinion, Raymond Abbas, otherwise known as Hushpuppi, was a cross between a modern day Robin Hood and someone who had this kind of fixation, this addiction towards consuming as much things as possible that were out of their reach in their earlier years. How I say this is that with Robin Hood, he despised the wealthy, the establishment, you know, that were in control, the status quo, and he felt that they were mistreating the people who had limited resources. So it's a case with the haves, have-nots. So he wanted to kind of flip the script and turn the tables. And I believe that Hushpuppi, you know, with his early years, you know, going through poverty, not seeing help from the government, losing his sister due to health complications, and the government wasn't there for him.
Or I saw 1.5 million in a different report. So talk about what led up to that indictment.
I mean, I think at that time, man, you know, again, I had some things that was going on and I had my own financial issues. And so me, I've been in the streets my entire life. So, you know, I've always, even at the height of my fame, I've always been in the streets. I've always been in Compton. I've always been in Watts. No matter what, I'm always there. So for me, my first inclination, because of the way that I've thought for so many years about in my relationship with money and whenever I'm without money, is to just go out there and get it, no matter what, by all costs, by all means. And I was in a place where, you know what, I need to take care of my family. I need to take care of my kids. I need to do these things. And so when that came about and I jumped out there with it, I jumped in it full-fledged. Real fast.
This is overflowing.
It's all mine.
Oh, yeah.
Penthouse, rooftop, Palazzo Versace. You know easy.
I don't have to say it.
The philosopher, the great Rousseau, quoted, "Every man's born unchained." However, Hushpuppi's predicament, he found himself very much bounded, grounded, and chained to ultimate poverty without any freedom or escape in sight. So he did what was necessary in his own accord and opinion. He put action and he led with a simple psychology that determines that the ends would essentially justify the means.
Desire on the foundation success. King Kogidi Koko Unwe, Obodo Koko Unwe. On the foundation we won't come.
Wanting it.
Yes. Desire.
That's what will motivate you. That's what will drive you.
These people take bribery. These people take corruption as their water every day. All because they cannot find due salaries to feed their family. You keep soldiers in military camp. Or what do they call it? You call it barracks. And you do projects in Lagos State every day of your life. You bloody fight for people's blood, people's sweat, souls. You bloody assholes, nonsense politicians. All Nigerian bloods will ask you.
He blamed the government. He felt that he was living in a system, a capitalist society, where he needed resources. His family needed resources that would have secured the best treatment and the best infrastructure for his sister to recover from her illness. Unfortunately, it went prevalent, and subsequently his sister passed away.
You that you are a senator, You from House of Rep. You a president. You vice president. You bloody chairman. You bloody government chairman. You own a land. How dare you have a house? What do you do to own a house?
Topping up with kerosene. Like most low-income earners in Nigeria, Alimatu Suleiman uses this fuel to fire up the stove. It's a major part of her expenditure as she cooks meals for the family here every day.
Because you are taking people's money, you are making people suffer, and God will judge all of you, you blood politician. Don't trust all these politicians. They come, and you fully stupid Nigerians too. You go there and you go around. Hey, you pay for this. You can't do this for this. They are all thieves.
We'll buy this one. When all my children are at home, I'll use up one of these in just 3 days. It costs me about 700 naira.
That's nearly $1 a litre. Do you know what the price is supposed to be?
I don't know the price.
She's unaware that she's paying almost 4 times the official price. The government subsidises kerosene, but the benefit is not being passed on to Nigerians.
And it's because of you are the politicians, all the way from Awolowo's head, and the people before Awolowo, all of you thieves, 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 only!
There have been numerous investigations into the NNPC, the state-run oil company, and they all point to the same thing, that billions and billions of dollars are going missing, unaccounted for. And the fact that this institution has never been cleaned up makes many people believe that those who are benefiting from the scams are simply too powerful to be touched.
For me personally, Hushpuppi went for a phase where it's kind of similar to gambling. When you're in a row, you keep wanting more and more and more. It was almost like an addiction. He just kept consuming as much as he could.
I was doing, listen bro, anything you can think of I was doing. I'm pulling up on the homeless, giving their ass $1,000, doing this, doing that. Bro, I was overly spending money, $5,000, $10,000 a month condos, getting cars, flying people out. I was just doing too much, bro. I was like, I wasn't really too smart with the money at first, you know what I mean? Like I was just wilding with the money, you know? Because you ain't really never had it like that, so it's just like you just...
One night I hit the jackpot and it was $20,000. And that would have been enough to cover everything that I just spent since I came back from San Francisco, and also some of my existing debt, gambling debt. And so the first thing I was like, oh, this is great. That was the first feeling that I had, was this is great. You know, finally I can start to get out of this. And immediately after that feeling, I had a feeling that I wasn't ever going to get to keep this money, and that I wouldn't even be able to hold on to it for another day.
Here at the Palms, only here at the Palms can you win like that, you know? Sometimes, like I said, sometimes you can lose, but it feels good right now. It's like you're getting high, and I'm not the kind of person to get high. I really can't compare it, but I would say it's like a feeling of getting high where you're on cloud 9, and no one can tell you that, hey, what you're doing is wrong.
And I feel like he had nothing to lose. If you started off with nothing, and then you have everything, and then you lose it, then it doesn't really feel like you've lost anything, because you already started off with nothing.
Although many people are divided in regards to the verdict of Hushpuppi, whether he's guilty or not guilty, either way, we can't dispute, nor can we forget about his circumstances in which he grew up, poverty-driven, surrounded by corruption everywhere he loomed, with no escape rope in sight, no aid, no prosperity. So he did what he thought was right. He took matters into his own hands, and he tried to defeat the odds. He tried to turn the table, flip the script, and write his own narrative in the history books.
Shit, that shit ain't nothing, bro. It's just, It's just finessing. Man, scamming is finesse. Everybody scams, bro. Like, it's legal scamming and illegal scamming, bro. Scam you at a company and say, oh, well, yeah, they can, like, for instance, we can go to a hotel, right? And let's say if it's a penthouse, they can scam us and say that we broke something at the penthouse and charge us $10,000 to replace it. That's a scam. Matter of fact, this is another scam that people do. We can go to a business and slip and fall at the business. You can act like your leg broke and get a $200-300 million. You get what I'm saying, bro? Those are scams. Be riding their bikes in Chicago, trying to get hit on the bikes. Those are scams, bro.
It's gonna be a different feeling. You gotta feel like, oh my God, I don't even know how this feels. And Hushpuppi just felt like he was rolling the dice. He was tired of poverty. He's tired of struggling, of surviving, and he just wanted a glimpse of the good life, at least. And some people have never get this opportunity to live like this, like the 0.01% of society. Never. So he felt like he just wanted to roll the dice and see what happens, whether it's for a minute, a day, an hour. He just wanted to try something different. Try something that wasn't supposed to be for him. You know, he just wanted to just destruct the system and come up top.
Have a wonderful, safe trip back.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, my bro. Thank you, my bro.
That this jackpot would just make me want to gamble more.
I made a considerable amount of money doing it, but I look back at it and now I realize that a lot of people were hurt. I look at it, a lot of people were hurt.
For me personally, in my humble opinion, of course, innocent until proven guilty. However, if we were to use the hypothesis that he did do it, could we blame him? His upbringing? His trials and tribulations? We can altogether just ask a question about morality. What's right? What's wrong? Someone's starving, has nothing to eat, government ain't helping, or not, nor are they listening to their cries. However, the wealthy seem to get wealthy, their bellies seem to get bigger, their extended family seems to be prospering. What's right, what's wrong? And we can't judge unless we actually are in that predicament.
Regardless of Hushpuppi's reasoning behind his actions, his motives, we simply cannot forget about the victims. So sustained a huge toll thanks to Hushpuppi and his consumption for power, for notoriety.
First things first is, I didn't know him to be a criminal. If I did, I wouldn't hang out with him. And unless someone is proven guilty, I do not discriminate against them.
Are you married? You seen someone?
No.
You're not married? And you're not seeing anybody?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. You have kids? Baby
Yes.
mama? You were mentioning something like that to me.
Yes. I do. I have kids.
There was news at the point in time. I don't know if you want to discuss this. If you can't, it's fine. that you neglected your family. Is this true?
See, I'll tell you something. The people